Two, maybe. Think we're live. All right. Tuesday morning. Actually going live on YouTube, and I think I'm going live on Facebook. But getting ready for primetime live this morning, so I figured I'm up early. And I should go live because I should be going live a lot more often. Um, but it seems that a lot of people always have fun watching these videos. It starts off very slow, but by the end, I can't even get to answering everybody's questions. But what I wanted to talk a little bit about today is, man, I had for everyone that ordered on our Black Friday sale, I want to say thank you to everybody that I became a little shipping department right here in the office of shipping a lot of our orders out, really just trying to push all of our merch out that we've had. Really, this merch that we had was probably made for our January show. I think we started getting other stuff and making other stuff for our March show that never happened due to the pandemic. But yeah, I appreciate everybody that put their order in, got their mask, pins, T-shirts, hats. I think we sold a little bit of everything. We even sold a couple of the next online course that's coming up on Monday, January 25th. Going to be a 6-week course where we're going to be teaching you everything from storytelling, match psychology, and professional wrestling, match breakdown. We go over promos, character development. What is a promo? How to cut a promo. We give everybody an opportunity to cut a promo. That's actually what we're doing right now. And just from last week to this week, this online class, everyone starts. Some people really are ready to go and they want to hit the promos. But for the most part, the majority of them are, I don't know, really nervous and shy. And that was a lot of the messages that I got from last week's promos. Was that everyone was nervous and shy this week? It was never mentioned once so far. And they did their homework and they were hitting their promos. So it was just a tremendous improvement, night and day from last week. If you want to get in on it, we do have another class coming up Monday, January 25th. It's going to be our 6-week online class with Coach Joey Chaos. And I hope you join me. We already have a class building right now. And I anticipate this will be another good one to go. So for those that haven't heard, we gave an update at Santino Brothers that on November 4th, actually, we gave an update on the website and we sent it out to our subscribers. Our email subscribers, is that we were very optimistic about opening up in January, reopening, our school. But I made the decision that, we're not anywhere near close. And, lo and behold, a few weeks later, especially in California, I don't know how the rest of the country is, but everything is shut down. I do see actually shows in Texas canceling due to COVID, which is, because they've been pretty much open doing shows, with social distancing and stuff like that. So, COVID's here to stay. It's not going anywhere. Even when there is a vaccine, COVID will not go anywhere. It's going to be here for the rest of our lives. So we're just going to, I guess, figure out how to work with it, get by it. But more importantly, not wait for the storm to pass. We want to learn to dance in the rain. And this COVID right now, and this pandemic is that rain that we got to learn to dance in. I can't wait to get back and do in-ring training. I really want to. I can't wait. I have to figure out something else to do, evolve, use the technology that is available to us today. That way you're watching me right now, and move forward, and if it's given me plenty of great ideas about moving forward, even in a perfect world. And I think we can say that now, in a perfect world, I think we would still have our online classes, our Zoom classes, because it's a quieter setting. We're not in the ring, because if there's a ring involved at our dojo, 9 times out of 10, there's going to be somebody that has to working in it, or even the students themselves. So that's why we're really looking in what we've done and how we can implement moving forward into the future. So, but yeah, if you want to join us on our next online 6-week online class, January 25th. You can go to our website, santinobros.net. You could sign up. And as a matter of fact, we had our Black Friday sale where we had $100 off of it. I think I'll let everybody in on it. I have it going off today at midnight. So if you actually go to the website right now, you can still get the $100 off, even though we didn't promote it as $100 off for today. So, but you can still take advantage of that. So I have a lot of people in the chat, and I want to say good morning to people that are actually watching. I know I should be promoting these and let people know that I am going to go live, but I think it's a little treat for everybody. Especially I've been doing this the last 2 times. I've been getting ready for Primetime Live. So I want to actually kind of keep doing this, even though we're actually going on break after today. Primetime Live, we went 3 months, 12 weeks straight. So we're going to go on a little holiday hiatus. Are we going to come back to it? I don't know. I hope so. Marquez says that we will. We will see. Really, we'll see what the governor, what the county, what the state lets us do. Really, with a professional wrestling show that you can't. You could. This is the politicians will say that's not essential. You can't tell me that professional wrestling is not essential, or that professional wrestling training is not essential, because it totally and definitely is. Like I always tell my wife Sylvia, is that we started with the vehicle of training potential grapplers to become professional wrestlers, but really, after 12 years of doing it. I found out, and I think maybe after 10 years of doing it is when I found out, is that we're really not teaching people. We are teaching people how to wrestle, but really what we're doing deep down inside is that we're changing people's lives. And it's because you have these young impressionable minds that come to you, and they want to be a professional wrestler sometimes, and usually they're 18 to 20 years old. And you're for the first time probably giving them a worldly experience that may be a little bit rougher than any of their coaches or teachers have been in their life. And when I say rougher, just maybe real life world rougher, and letting people know how this world has been, maybe to the coaches, and passing it down to them, and really shaping young minds, and helping young people grow in professional wrestling. But at the same time, we're helping them grow in life. And I think that's what we do, and we really focus on that. Yeah, we're going to teach you how to do a back roll. We're going to teach you how to do a bump. I'm here to teach you how to do a Hurricane off the top rope, but, we're also going to teach you how to be a decent human being, Same thing what we say about shaking hands. You don't shake everyone's hand in the locker room. Yeah, I get it. It's COVID, right? You don't shake everyone's hand in the locker room because you have to. You don't do it because it's tradition. You do it because you're a decent fucking human being, that wants to have respect and wants to earn respect, and to be a decent human being, that's what you do. And you shake people's hands, you look them in the eye. You don't fake shake and throw away. No, you look them in the eye and say hello, and you say hello to you acknowledge them by name, But yeah, so that's some of the stuff that we do. We found out that we do, teaching everybody how to do a shoulder tackle, so but yeah, so I actually want to say good morning on YouTube. We have let's see, it's Super DeMario 76. Good morning. HTT on YouTube is here. Jose Gomez, what's going on? Jose Gomez took advantage of our first inaugural online class, and he can tell you all about it. Hey, good morning, Jose. Good seeing you. Let's see who else is here. Oopsie Castro is here on YouTube. Excuse me. Let's see. Abadesa Amda is on YouTube. Tamarius Morton is on YouTube, and I think we got quite a few people on Facebook, which I just told my wife this morning, Sylvia. I said, we have about 95,000 subscribers on YouTube, and maybe we've had 11,000 subscribers on our Facebook for probably like the last 5 years. It doesn't move. It doesn't move. I think we get so much more engagement on our Facebook than we actually do on our YouTube channel. So, but let's go ahead and go over to Facebook. We got Oscar De La Rosa. Good morning. Chad Rico is here. Good seeing you, brother. Good working with Chad Rico at Primetime Live. Good working with him. Lindsay Cash. Good seeing you. How are you? Gino Told you so is here. Coach Gino. Everybody knows if you're in New Mexico, Gino Rivera. I want to say Seville. Yeah, Gino Rivera. Um, he actually has his own school in New Mexico, in Albuquerque, and he's training guys. And he's got a good little group over there, and he's training everybody. And he was trained by Santino brothers, trained by me, Mongo, and Robbie, and Jezebel. And he's really he kind of reinvented himself, and he was kind of treading water for a little bit, reinvented himself. And I seen him; he was like the Arizona champion, and among other championships, the Crimson Crown Championship. So he's a great guy now. He's coaching, he's teaching the next generation. He's giving back. And I think that's great. So definitely check out Gino. Gino's here on Facebook. Good morning, my friend. Bill Zaragoza is here. Good morning. Former XPW guys, yes, yes, long, long time ago. I mean, geez, I got to say, over 20 years ago, we started XPW, July 31st, 1999, at the Reseda Country Club. What city was that, Sil? Van Nuys? Reseda, yeah, Reseda. Yeah, it was about 700 people. Chris Kloss, my good friend Chris Kloss, has got a YouTube channel, and he does XPW Memories. And I've been on that show. He just recently had Homeless Jimmy. He's had the Messiah. He's had Pat Hernandez. He's had, and he's probably gonna have everybody on there. And it's gonna be great. Kevin Kleinrock and GQ Money has been on, and myself. And it's a great listen, especially if you're a fan of XPW, a fan of the Southern California wrestling scene in the early 2000s. They're a great listen to, and even I listened to it. I lived it. And I learned stuff even to this day, just listening to like Pat or Messiah, or even Kevin Kleinrock. And I just learned so much that I didn't know what was going on, because it was an incredibly wild time. And why was it? Why was it so crazy and wild? Was it because the dude like owned a porn company? No, not really. You know why it was crazy and wild? Because he knew production. Yeah, he was crazy. Yeah. You got to have that edge. I never worked for another promoter that has had that edge. People might love him, hate him, or indifferent about Rob Black. But he was that promoter that had an incredible edge, and he definitely rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. But at the same time, he did make something worthwhile, and he did make XPW, and it took not just him, but I think he definitely not think. I mean, he definitely was the brainchild of XPW, and he's got a podcast. Crazy Rob Black's got a podcast, and I listen to it. And I learned some really in-depth stuff about like how his booking was at XPW. And he talks about like everything was based off songs. I think my first song was "Bada the Ba" by Kid Rock, and I think that's what he says, Kid Chaos. I wish he would have told me this; it would have helped me out a little bit. And then my next song was "The Rock Superstar," which was now fitting towards the character. And then he says he booked a lot of shows, according to maybe I think a lot of Metallica songs. I mean, he was a huge Metallica mark, and always loved Metallica. I always loved the opening highlight videos. I mean, obviously I'm biased because I was in them, but I always thought they were really great. Great highlight videos. Really, really made you feel something, and that's what we teach. That's what we teach in our online class about how wrestling makes you feel something, right? It makes you feel something in order to want to do it, in order to want to take a chop, take a bump, take a superplex from the top rope. In order not to be crazy enough to actually want to do that, pro wrestling probably moved you inside, made you feel something, made you feel, euphoria, made the hairs in the back of your neck stand up. And that's what we do in professional wrestling. So, but yeah, I always loved those videos that Rob Black made. So, but yeah, I went on a Bill Zaragoza talked about XPW. I'll go on and talk forever. Jimmy Martinez is in the house. Good seeing you. I'll read your guys' questions if you guys have any in a bit. I just want to make sure I say good morning, everybody. Good morning, AJ. Jose Nacho Reyes. Good morning to you. Matthew Wakefield. Good morning. Gilberto, good morning to you. So let's see here. So yeah, if you guys have any questions, just go and hit them, throw them out there. I just tend to try to go live just to keep my name out there. I told I keep saying as I wake up, I have my coffee and I speak to my wife. Sylvia, I told my wife, I said, hey, I don't think I want to do this podcast this morning. And then I said, well, I do want to promote the online class, so I should probably start it up and do the online class. Now she's looking at me. I finally popped her. So she's turned around. I've been talking about her all morning. She hasn't looked once. She's been no selling me. I don't have a flow. We're just riffing here. Yeah, we're just riffing here. So, Jake Atlas. Jake Atlas showed up. Yeah, he came by for a surprise visit. I don't know if I'm putting him on blast or not, but man, it was great to see him.
We social distance though.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, social. But yeah, it was great to see Jake Atlas and catch up with him, just like it was old times. And old times was less than a year ago. But like everybody says, like 2020 seems like it's been 5 years in the making already. And we got 30 days, 31 days to go still. But yeah, it feels like forever. And everything has changed since he left. Like everything is different now. So it was just incredibly great to catch up with him and talk to him. Um, so I hope everybody had a wonderful Thanksgiving. I hope everybody stayed safe. I hope everybody got to be with their family. And if you didn't, I hope at least you spoke to your families and, really understand, the spirit of the holidays, right, is about the people you love, really is. I think we get caught up in a lot of it. So, I just hope everybody stays safe out there. COVID numbers are, they say it's like the craziest, or the worst. It's going to be the worst. It's going to be the next 3 months. I think that's just like maybe a scare headline. It probably is because every month has been worse. It's not like we've gotten better and gone back down. So every month is been worse. I don't know how long it's gonna go. I hope it gets under control. I don't know. Probably won't get under control till we get a vaccine. So we'll see. We'll be optimistic about it. We'll hopefully learn how to live life with COVID, and just continue operating with what we're doing, with being as safe as we can, following the guidelines. That's all we can do. So, but yeah, let me get to somebody. I know some of people have questions here. Super De Mario would like to join Santino Brothers right now. Our physical in-person classes are closed right now, but you can join our online class. And the best thing about that is that you can join from anywhere you are. Really, I have a guy who's in Abu Dhabi, Shane, and Shane, we got to get together and get in a one-on-one class. So hit me up. But yeah, I got a guy who's in Abu Dhabi. I think it's about 6, maybe 5 or 6 in the morning when the class starts. So yeah, it's very early for him. It's 6 p.m. for us. But yeah, you could join anywhere right now on the online class. You get the full coaching with me. I've been talking with other people about doing a seminar series, either adding it to our 6-week online class, or maybe a totally separate seminar series, because we run seminars here at Santino Brothers Dojo, or what was Santino Brothers Dojo, and I gotta be honest with you, 85 to 90% of the seminars are speaking seminars. So I said, well, why? And I thought about this a couple of months ago, just really pulling the trigger on it. But I said, why shouldn't we do like online seminar? So I'm setting that up with a great group of guys. Looking at getting a half dozen guys to probably work with my online class, which I think would be great. But you'll have more details with that in the next coming weeks. But yeah, that's the only way right now to join Santino Brothers Wrestling Academy. You could help support us. Check out our online merch. We have a lot of online merch, and I got to tell you about this online merch. Like, I'm working with a company that actually just prints it on demand. That's why some of the prices you might notice, like, wow, some of these prices are insane for Santino Brothers. They never charge me that much. I'm working with my guy to get everything in house. So that way I can give the Santino Brothers wrestling fans the best price possible. Um, and it won't be an arm and a leg, really won't. So, but just yeah, just really bear with us. It'll take us a couple of weeks to get our merchandise, get it here in stock, really design it, and then get it out to everybody, because I know a lot of people have been waiting, and they want tracksuits. Um, and we have a batch of tracksuits. I'm not happy with selling them to any of you guys. Actually, the logos will peel off. I think the pants are baggy. So we went back to the drawing board. We got everything put together. Now we just have to just to put the order in. But it's been a work in progress, to try to get these to fit. They do come overseas, so the sizes are maybe different a little bit overseas. So we're just doing that so to get the best price for everybody. But yeah, definitely help support us on our merch at SantinoBros.net. So, but yeah, I do understand that there are a number of questions that we do have. Let's see here. A lot of people wishing us happy holidays. Jimmy Martinez. Yeah, Jimmy was in our class. We had I believe we had a 4 p.m. class, and Jimmy was in that one. We might have pushed it to our 6 p.m. class. I know the class was thin and out. But good seeing you, Jimmy. I hope you had a great holiday, great Thanksgiving. And hey, just like you, my friend, I'm totally looking forward to getting back to training. But let's utilize, like I've been telling everybody. If you haven't been on my our alumni Zoom class, I can tell everybody, like, hey, utilize this time that you're maybe out of the ring to work on your promos. Treat it like an injury. When I tore my ACL, I was out for 18 months. And I think we've been out for 9 months, so that's half the time right now. So you would still have another 9 months on a torn ACL. So how can you utilize this time that you can't get in the ring because you have a torn ACL? So how can you utilize this time to get better? Do you just not get better? No. This is the time that you actually get better than when you left. Your promos should be better. Your character, your personality, your pro wrestling psychology should be better. Your pro wrestling mind, the way it works and calls spots, should be a lot better. So yeah, you definitely have to utilize this time as an injury. If you're not able to get in the ring right now, and so do that and work on those promos. Work on your match psychology. Watch wrestling. How do I work on my match? Fucking just watch wrestling, man. Just hey, you don't know where to start. Start with Bruno Sammartino, and he can't go wrong. Start with Bruno Sammartino. You go down a rabbit hole, and you'll thank me later. So that'll help you get a lot of your wrestling better, especially when you're not able to get in the ring, right? You think, yeah, of course we got to do it physically, but maybe you become a dude with like photographic memory, and you can watch people do it, and then when you're actually asked to do it in training or in the ring, you can do it. You know what I mean? So if you watch it, and that's how I used to watch it. Have two. I used to tape Nitro and Monday Night Raw, and then watch the videos, rewatch them. I didn't have a trainer. I couldn't go and say, "How do you do a German suplex?" They would just grab you and throw you and be like, "Oh, I shouldn't be careful before I start speaking. Hey, I want to learn a German suplex. Okay, let me do it to you." And you're like, "Whoa, you're getting tossed on your head." But yeah, so like I would just start watching videos and try to figure it out myself, so I wouldn't get tossed. And then it wouldn't be just one dude. Another guy would go, "Oh, I want to do the German suplex," and so I would get German suplex probably like 10 or 15 times before I would get to do it. So that's why I learned to keep my mouth fucking shut and don't say shit and just start watching video and just be like, "Okay, let me see the mechanics of how this is broken down." Do I recommend that? No. Can you do it? Hell yeah, you can fucking do it. You can do anything you set your mind to. You just gotta want it. How bad do you fucking want it? I mean, we shouldn't have to tell you to watch Philly. Shouldn't have to tell you to work on your promos. Shouldn't have to tell you to work on your character and personality. But some people need it. But yes, good morning, Jimmy. AJ, yeah, pro wrestling is religion. 100%, man. Yeah, I bleed it. It's in my soul. Yeah, I bleed the dream. Yeah, it comes out of my fucking eyes when I cry. You know what I mean?
Damn,
Um,
that's some deep shit.
is it?
That's some deep shit.
Gino, preach, my friend. Hey. I hope you're giving them the passionate. You're giving your students the passionate preaching and teachings that I know you can. So, but yeah, I just take my career and apply it to the students, right? Whatever mistakes I made, I try to tell them, steer out of that way. Don't turn left, go this way. Don't go right, go straight. Hey, just yeah. So I just try every mistake I make, yeah, because I ain't perfect. I made so many mistakes and I still make them today. But I try to make them so my students don't have to. Jose Nacho, yeah, on point. Yeah, I hope so. I think I like to think I know what I'm talking about. Matthew Wakefield, love the wisdom you guys share. Yeah, we appreciate you guys joining us on a random Tuesday morning to watch us. Matthew Wakefield, Gino's a great coach. Yeah, stick with Gino. He's gonna show you the right way. Gino's doing seminar. I think in my career, Gino's like, yeah, my students have probably done more seminars than I've done in my entire career. Right? I teach wrestling. I think I've done one. Once. How many seminars have I done? One. One.
One seminar since you've been coaching.
Since I've been a professional fucking wrestler. I've done one seminar in Texas. Yeah, in Texas. Yeah, I've done one seminar in my fucking entire career. In Texas.
But
Yes. What?
after training, when you sit there and talk to the guys, that's almost like that's like a seminar.
That's training.
Well, it is. But sometimes your word is law. It's a seminar. But
Yeah.
especially one.
Yeah, so I hope everybody's been working out and staying in shape, right? And not adding on the lbs. Hey, adding on the lbs if you need to put some size on. Yeah, some of you guys need to put some size on. Me, I've been getting fat. People ask how you been doing. I've been getting fat. It's hard. It's hard to get motivated not to be able to go to a gym. But you have to focus, right? I have it right here. You have to focus on keeping one person motivated, and that's you, right? And I tend to like preach it because I'm not preaching it to you. I'm preaching it to me and my crazy head and saying, come on, man, focus, stay focused, right? We all fall off. You just got to jump back on, right? Life's a marathon. So if you fell off, you ate too much pumpkin pie, that's all right. It ain't going to kill you. Just get back on track and hit it and do it better. So, saludos, Gilberto. Good seeing you. Great times. Yes, rest in peace, Supreme Bill Zargoza. Yeah, I mean 100%. I did Sledge's podcast, Sledge from Ring of Honor. I did his podcast last week. And I was bawling on there. We started talking about Supreme and I was like, man, he got me in a Barbara Walters moment, had me just tearing up, crying. But yeah, I just couldn't help it. Just thinking about talked to my brother Angel, and I talked to him, and we always say like it just can't doesn't seem real, It just doesn't seem real. It seems like he's still just a phone call away, or he's still right there in Burbank. And man, it's been really tough. It's been a tough year in general, but that was just tragic and disastrous, to lose Uncle Supreme. So. Um, they did a lot of I saw a lot of great memorial shirts for Supreme. I just wish that he was able to see them. I just got one that came from Crimson Crown, and Sage Sin sent me a bunch of stuff too. She sent me her pin, and I got a magnet that's also a can opener, and I got a Crimson Crown T-shirt. But yeah, thank you for that. I thought that was a great design. I even thought because I already have it in my mind. Like I want to put a tattoo Supreme, and I saw that drawing on that shirt, and I was like, man, that is one sick ass drawing of Uncle Supreme. And I was thinking, man, maybe if I can get someone that can actually do it, and do the art and make it look exact that I would. Put it right here on my right or left forearm. Um, among other tattoos for Fiona, my cat that we lost this year. Yeah, it's been rough, but nothing to the effect of how tragic it's been to lose Supreme. So, but we can just be optimistic and help and work on keeping his dream alive, moving forward. Bill Zargoza asked if I was at Heatwave 2000. Yeah, I think we did a little something. I got kicked out. Masai got punched in the head. I got spit at by Paul Heyman. Tommy Dreamer said we killed our career. And yeah, Atlas Security put their gorilla fucking hands on my fucking neck and just moved me the fuck around. Yeah, I was there. I remember. I remember Heatwave. Grand Olympic Auditorium 2000. Santino dad hat. Yeah, I got those dad hats. I actually still have. I have more burgundy ones. I probably have about 2 or 3 black ones left in stock. You can check them out. But yeah, Jake Atlas is great. Jose. Bill Zargoza says, seen you wrestle many times back in the day. Great worker, great selling. Definitely heads up these new guys. Yeah, thank you, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, I've been on the circuit for a little bit, been around the block a couple of times. I appreciate all my fans out there. Um, Jose says he's just got over COVID. Praying for you, brother. Hope you have a full speedy recovery. Yeah, Bill Zargoza, buy some merch. Let's see here. Uh, Nicole says, appreciate all the wisdom, Joey. I miss training with you guys so much. No other place has kicked my ass harder than Santino's. Loved it. Much love from the Philippines. Oh man, yeah. I hope you at least have the opportunity to train out there. Yeah, we miss it tremendously. And I always tell Sylvia this. I'm always mad. I'm a huge Raider fan. And I always, John Gruden is the Raiders coach. And I go, how the hell are you going to pull a commentator from the commentary booth and let him be coach? He's been out the coaching game for 10 years. And I got to point to this. And I just feel, because you say like Santino brothers kicked your ass like no one else has. And I feel like, geez, it's been 9 months. And it's like, wow, like I hope I don't forget our drills. Like, no, we have all our drills written down. You're not going to forget them. But it's just like, if you don't practice them every day and if you don't do it every day, you actually start losing that crisp, you know? And I kind of feel like that a little bit. And I've only been out the game for 9 months. I hate that someone's coaching the Raiders who's been out the game for 10 years. Because you do lose it. You gotta keep doing it every fucking day, whether you're coaching or training or mentoring or whatever the case is. You got in order to stay crisp at it, you have to do it every single day. But yeah, we do miss it tremendously. Um, yeah, we miss everything, and so I hope you're being safe out there, Nicole. Keeping your training up and keeping the dream alive. So. Still have my Santino bros from FCW in 2005. Jesus, FCW 2005. I mean, that's a good while ago, man. I was just listening to the Jericho podcast, who had the Young Bucks on there, and they were talking about FCW 2005. They were talking about that was like their first huge show. Fuck, it was a first huge show for a lot of people. Um, and yeah, they were talking about how they got their name, and I remember booking them, and I remember me and Mongo seeing them at some Rev Pro show. Ron Rivera booked. We saw the Young Bucks, Matt and Nick. One was the beaver, and one was the squirrel. And I know full well that like the beaver and the squirrel gimmick were like Ron Rivera's thing because like there was chickens, right? There's always chickens, or there was the I mean, I played. I didn't play one of the chickens, but I played one of the other guys. The mullets, I think they were called. I think the Mullet Brothers or something. They all had mullets and masks, and but yeah, there's always so crazy characters. This was a show. I think it was called C4 Rev Pro or something like that. And Mongo and I were booking for FCW, and we were going to do a show at the Grand Olympic Auditorium. And we're looking for talent. We were actually scouted talent all over Southern California. And we saw these two guys. We never seen them before. Really, really looking for talent that's like untapped. We saw these two guys. Um, One was the beaver, one was the squirrel. I want to say they were in a cage match. Like every match was a cage match, but I can't remember. But I don't know if I booked them that day. I don't know if I got their phone number or whatever the case was. But I was like, hey man, we want to book you, and I don't know. It just so happens, I guess, we sent me and Mongo. We're gonna end up wrestling these guys. I mean, obviously, we thought they were really good. And I think they went out there, and I remember Matt, like, they weren't calling nothing. I mean, they were young. They were so young. I think one was like 15, 16. Nick was like 15 or 16. And they weren't calling any moves. And I said, hey, man, you better do like your fucking moonsault fucking cutter off the top rope, man. Like, I want you to do all your shit. That's why we're booking you, bro. I need you to do everything we saw you do at this Rev Pro show. And then they were like, oh, hell yeah. And I was like, yeah, you got to hit me with everything you got, dude. But yeah, I don't know if they thought they were going to go in and get beat down or beat up or whatever. I mean, they did get beat down because they were in there with Mongo. I was probably the nicer of the two, to be honest with you. But I don't know, how was I, 28 chaos? Yeah, I was getting a little nicer. But when they showed up to the show, I had written their names down because I had forgotten their names. So I had just written down a couple of young bucks because I always just I like teams that had a name. I just didn't like, oh, this is Nick and Matt, and they're a tag team. So I always liked, the Road Warriors or the Heart Foundation or the British Bulldogs. I came up with that era. So I was like, I just wrote down Young Bucks. And the reason Young Bucks I wrote it down is because I went to CZW in 2005, and Adam Flash was calling all the young guys greenhorns, and I thought that was the coolest fucking thing. But I was like, fuck East Coast, man, I'm not going to steal their shit. So I wanted to come up with my own shit. And I was when I actually in 2005, I think I just come back from Nashville, and I was heavily listening to Young Buck from what are they called, Sil? From 50 Cent's group, Gorilla something.
Shit, if it's country music, I know.
Yeah, she would know if it was country. But anyways, but yeah, Young Buck from 50 Cent's group, and I was listening to him, and I thought, oh, okay, Young Buck, and so I wrote down Young Bucks, and I remember they came, and they were like, "Thought we were on the fucking show, man," and I was like, "Yeah, you guys are on the show. You're right there. You're the Young Bucks." And I just heard on the podcast, they were like, "Oh, cool, man!" And all I know is they came to the next show with some yellow tights, airbrush Young Bucks, and some white boots, and I was like, oh, they're digging it, bro. They're going with it. And me and Mongo were like, fuck yeah, these guys are smart. They're just going with it. I just found out 2 days ago, I listened to the podcast, they were like, oh, we hated that fucking name. But I guess, I don't know, I guess other promotions that saw them as the Young Bucks at this huge show that had about 5,000 people, and said, we want the Young Bucks, and wanted the Young Bucks on, I guess, the flyer. And man, they have taken that name and went nuts with it, right? It just was written down as just something to put there, just so it's not two singles wrestlers versus the Santino brothers. But yeah, that was FCW 2005. Mongo will tell you we had all of Mexico at our show at Grand Olympic Auditorium in 2005. We probably had Blue Demon. I know one show. We had Mil Mascaras, El Santo, Blue Demon, Ultimo Guerrero. Yeah, Psychosis. Yeah, the Family of Tijuana. We had he's right. We probably did have like every headliner of Mexico at our one show. We got a chance to run at the Grand Olympic. We were the last show to run at the Grand Olympic Auditorium, the last wrestling show before it became a church. So that was really cool. And to be a Southern California wrestler, like it was a need to want to wrestle at the Olympic. The Olympic is historic professional wrestling with Freddie Blassie and Marty Piper and John Tolos and the Great Goliath. And but yeah, it was always a goal for me. I mean, you want to wrestle, that's a pipe dream, wrestle at the Grand Olympic, man. Then I end up booking the Grand Olympic, and being able to I think we also booked. We booked. We didn't book the guy that's on AEW now, but he looks just like him. We booked his brother. His name was Diablo. We booked Diablo, and he was part of the Young Bucks crew. I remember Diablo was there. Um, Man, we did have all. I think Chris Canyon was there, and I asked him. I said, "Hey, can you come with the Mortis gimmick?" And man, he came all decked up, and I was marking out. I didn't mark out enough to get a picture of my dummy. I should have got a picture because that was a great. Yeah, he came. Man, that thing was a great gimmick. I think like really when I made my Mono Roja, right? I was thinking of Psychosis and Mortis because I just thought Mortis was just fucking perfect. Like it looked like that was like some cool ass wrestling. But yeah, we had a lot of great times there, great shows. I remember when Pops, we call him Pops. What was his name, Sil?
I know him as Pops.
Yeah, I know him as
What was his
Pops.
name?
Yeah, Steve's dad.
Damn, I don't know.
Damn. Okay.
Asshole?
Pops. Yeah, I remember Pops. They say we're booking the Grand Olympic, and we're like, what?
I don't know his name.
Grand Olympic? And we were just hoping to draw 1,000 people, and end up like I think we drove about 5,000 people that night. Um, but yeah, those lucha shows just really drew. And everyone always says, "Oh, just book lucha and they'll draw." Yeah, there's so many companies that book lucha. That's not what happened. He didn't just book lucha and it just drew. I remember we used to see Poppy used to just book lucha stars and they wouldn't draw. Like Pops was shady.
Yeah.
But but Pops knew about what he would promote. He would teach us about promote. And I think it's the reason today that Mongo and myself will teach our students about you have to promote. It's not just about booking Santo and everyone's going to show up because they would book Santo and 300 people would show up. So it wasn't about that. And it wasn't like, oh, I'm not saying Santino Brothers was drawing, it was promoting. I should probably do a whole seminar about promoting. Not that I'm the greatest promoter, um, but I have the blueprint on how to do it. I know how to do it. It's just, geez, you call out some of these radio stations out here in Los Angeles, and they want 20,000 for a shot, and you're just like 20,000. Like, what do I get? They maybe give you like half a dozen or something like that. You try to get into the LA Weekly. I don't even think you try to get into LA Weekly. They want out, yeah, I don't know, about 5,000 for the full page, right, Sil? But
It was a lot.
yeah, but Pops was doing that. Pops was on all the radios. He had full color pages in the LA Weekly.
He got us on TV.
We were on K Day. We were on a lot of stuff. Like he was. It was all about promotions. You have to promote. Like you can't just book a famous wrestler and just say, well, they're all gonna. Everyone's gonna show up because they won't. You have to promote and let people know that this person's gonna be there because then you just wait. And I think that's what I see a lot of promoters do. They just book a star, quote unquote, indie star or whatever, and think that it's going to draw, and it doesn't. Not that it's saying that the indie star doesn't draw. They would if people probably knew that they were going to be there. Bottom line, right? And you think like, well, that's promoting 101, but you'd be surprised how much effort is put into the ring, the venue, the wrestlers, maybe even the lighting now, but people just they ignore promoting, and they maybe throw it on their Facebook. And like I tell you guys now, we got 18 viewers. We have 95,000 subscribers, right? It doesn't go the long way the way you think it does. Like you got to like pay for your promotions, pay for your advertising, and put it in there and really let people know what show's going on. Like, how many shows do we watch that show up on Netflix? There's no stars. There's no stars. They're just promoting this badass show, and that's why I think what we did. It in January we drew 400 people, 350 paid. Um, all students of Santino Brothers. Yeah, was Jake Atlas a star? Yeah, but he was wrestling at every fucking show in Southern California also. At the same time, I think even the week before he was at a show out here in SoCal. So it's like it kind of waters your attraction down if you're saying he's the star. How did you get those many people that you promote? I told Sid, I'm gonna put this much money into it. And I thought I was gonna lose it all. And to my surprise, oh my god, it worked. Oh my god, it worked. And then I thought, well, what if we booked a star and promoted? Would have had 1,000 people there easily, right? Yeah, of course. It's easy. It's easy. It's not easy, right? You just gotta grab your balls and fucking do it because you see your advertising dollars go, and you're like, fuck, I'm not seeing the return. I'm not seeing the return. I'm not seeing the return. I'm seeing a little return. I'm seeing a little return. And then I think like the day before the show, it all starts coming in. Everyone's like, I'm ready to go. Um, you know, but I think we all hope for and pray for those pre-ticket sales. So um, but yeah, like so that's what I've been doing, getting ready to do. That's what I've been looking forward to do. Really, that I haven't been able to do pro wrestling school is getting back into promoting. I want to promote. I mean, obviously, what can you promote? You can't have people show up, but you can have a live stream, and you can have people pay for your live stream. And if you could put on a great amount of matches, so that's the stuff that I've been actually thinking about and working on. Right? Because you got to roll with the punches, dance in the fucking rain, in order to keep the ship fucking moving. Right? You can't just say, I'm just going to wait for it to get better. This is life. This is it. This is it, man. Is it going to get better? I don't know. I'm still waiting for the. I'm still waiting for the stock market to recover from 2008. Am I wrong, still? Am I wrong? Yeah, I'm waiting for Bitcoin to. No, man, this is life, bro. I don't know, but I think Bitcoin kind of made a comeback. I actually do think I got some money in that, but sometimes, yeah, 19. It's not back to where it was. But it's the highest it's been probably in 3 years. So Bitcoin. So yeah, this is life. You roll with the punches. So
Yeah, I'm richer than I was 3 years ago.
yeah, I guess you are. She's an investor in if you would have invested in Kohl's, if you would have invested in Kohl's, you would have made some money last night.
Cold.
Kohl's, because they just announced that they're going to put Sephora makeup in like 200 something stores, and the stocks just skyrocketed.
Damn, you put up overpriced makeup that doesn't do shit and the stocks go up. I fucking love the American dream.
At a low price store too,
Yeah,
right?
low price store. That's amazing.
Maybe they think it's going to give you good. It's probably the overstock of Sephora.
It is. It's got to be. Because Sephora's too uppity to just go to Kohl's.
Yeah. So, hey, get into stocks now, right? Hey. I'm supposed to be the wrestling school guy. I'm not supposed to be the stock guy, but hey, I got to do something. Online classes. I do see other people doing online classes. Welcome aboard. Welcome aboard, man. Yeah, like let's keep the dream going, keep the dream alive. Right? You gotta. I saw someone post the other day, like, what hobby did you start at the beginning of COVID, and are you still doing it? Right? We've had 9 months. You should have written a book. You should have read a book at least. You should have learned. You could learn a new language. There's so much stuff that you can do. You could get your promos on point, your match psychology on point. And I'm saying, this is me. I'm telling you, join the online class, but you could do it by just watching. Hey, start with Bruno. Start with Bruno Sammartino, and you can't go wrong. But but yeah. So I'm gonna probably I gotta get out of here. We got a meeting at about 10:45. Make sure to tune in Primetime Live. Slice Boogie is going up against the British Bulldog tonight. Heather Monroe versus Cece Chanel, two Santino brothers alumni. Check them out tonight. The Heritage title, Jordan Clearwater defending it tonight, and then Levi Shapiro defending his title tonight. So it's definitely going to be a good show. But I mean, I think right there, just Slice Boogie. If you're a Santino Brothers fan, Slice Boogie versus the British Bulldog, you can't go wrong. Worth the price of the show itself. Heather Monroe versus Cece Chanel. I thought Cece Chanel had an incredible bout against Ruby Reyes last time at Primetime Live. I thought it was an incredible match. I look forward to this bout with Heather Monroe. We'll see how it comes out. We see everybody. We're going to tune in tonight at 6 p.m. On Fight TV. You can order it Primetime Live. David Marquez Productions. And yeah, you know what? I'm going to beat that guy's ass, David Marquez. I'm going to beat his ass. I'm going to beat his ass. No, seriously. I'm over here promoting your shit, bro. I'm over here promoting your shit. trying to make a tie and say, well, there's a Santino brother there, you know? Like, trying to make a tie to it. You over here talking about fucking heat you got with somebody, man. Promote your fucking show. Motherfucker. Fucking names on the goddamn shit. You only want to promote it? Motherfucker, I'll kick your ass. Yeah, tell him. I'll tell you in person, too. What? I see you watching. Motherfucker. Anyway, I love you, Dave, but fuck. But fuck, dude. I want to punch you in the nose sometimes. Anyways. All right, guys. I'm tuning out. I got to report to Boss Dave Marquez right now. But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in on this random Tuesday. We're just 10 minutes short of an hour. But I appreciate everybody tuning in. Oh, I didn't even see all these questions here. But we'll keep the conversation going. I'll hopefully tune in live next week. Jezebel, say goodbye to everybody.
Bye, everybody. Be safe, have fun, and have an awesome
have an awesome, productive week.
And healthy.
Watch Primetime Live. Wear your mask. Check out SantinoBrothers.net. And if you're considering joining the online class, take a look. We have the whole curriculum on the website. You can see what you're getting yourself into.
Expand your mind and learn your mental training for wrestling.
Yeah, read a fucking book. Learn a fucking language. Yeah, or read 10. Learn a language. Learn how to do coding. Learn SEO. Learn websites. Learn how to create your own merch store. Utilize this time that we say that we're injured, that can be an injury, to better ourselves. And let's dance in the fucking rain. All right, guys. I'm Joey Chaos. Thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate you guys joining me. Just like I leave everybody's class. Santino's on 3. Santino's on 3. 1, 2, 3. Santinos. All right, guys. I'll catch you on the flip double dip.